Web Woman fans, this is me shooting from, obviously, the pool at the very beginning of my 90-day Body by V challenge, and I just wanted to say that I'll be off the bike for a little bit because I'm having some issues as far as the bike is concerned, and I'll explain more about that in a little bit. But I'm going to be doing the pool here for a while, and I'm going to be doing Body by V, and I'm going to lose enough weight so I can get back on the bike and continue my journey. But I just wanted to let you see this is me and my new journey. I'm going to do a water journey for a while, so I'll talk to you in just a little bit, but I wanted to have you see me in my setting so that you can picture me in the future, because I'm not going to tape from the pool all the time, alright? So, see you in a bit. Okay, so welcome back. I just reviewed the footage that I took that was the opening of the program just now, and I realized that there was a lurker in the background. That lurker is my sweetheart of 39 years, and you can see by his antics why in 39 years I've never been bored. So he had a little cameo in the Web Woman video today. So my friends, what I want to do today is three things. First of all, I want to catch you up with the journey since the last time I posted, which I recognize has been a long time, and you'll see why. Secondly, I want to talk to you about my newest challenge and the continuation of the journey, and kind of my goals and how I'm hoping this is all going to end up. So, having said that, let me just catch up real quick. Since the last time I posted, well, you know the Chinese curse, may you live in interesting times? Well, it's been interesting. I think I've mentioned in the past that I'm diabetic, and one of the side effects of diabetes is neuropathy, and there's two kinds of neuropathy. There's peripheral neuropathy, which is your hands and your feet, your extremities, you start feeling numbness, and you would think that that means that you don't have any pain, but actually quite the opposite is true. In addition to the numbness, you have random shooting pains, and those random shooting pains are kind of like a jab with an electric shock attached to them. I call it being nibbled to death by a duck. It's random, completely out of the blue. There doesn't seem to be anything that it's attached to, no particular action, nothing that I eat. It doesn't seem to matter whether my blood sugars are high or low. It just happens, and it can be very painful. The other kind of neuropathy is autonomic neuropathy. Now, autonomic neuropathy deals with your autonomic nervous system. Your autonomic nervous system runs your body. It runs your heart, it runs your lungs, it runs your digestive system, it runs your kidneys, you know, just the whole ball of wax. All of your involuntary things that go on in your body that you don't have to think about is run by your autonomic nervous system. Autonomic neuropathy means that that nervous system has now become dysfunctional. And what that can mean is a number of different things. The symptoms of autonomic neuropathy are very similar to the symptoms of muscular sclerosis. And what that means for me, or the symptoms that I personally am experiencing, is number one, I am extremely dizzy if I have to stand for any length of time. If I have to stand still for more than 30 seconds or so, I start getting dizzy and feeling like I'm going to pass out. Secondly, my second symptom that's very difficult to deal with is a lack of balance. As you know, I'm missing 5 toes on my right foot, which in and of itself makes balance a little difficult, but this is more than that. This means that I wobble. The foot itself seems to work just fine. I've gotten used to the fact that there's no toes, but even just standing still, I find myself tipping from side to side, so forth and so on. At any rate, without trying to get too long and drawn out on this, it's difficult to deal with. And the other thing that the autonomic neuropathy causes is weakness, and difficulty in doing anything that requires a great deal of exertion. When I went on the bike, I was doing pretty well there for a while, as you know, and moving right along, and then I started to experience muscle weakness, which is one of the symptoms of neuropathy, and it became more and more difficult to ride the bike, and that is why, as well, one of the reasons why I stopped posting. What I did was I went to the doctor. The doctor ran a bunch of tests, one of which was a routine mammogram, and they found a lump, and which is a scary thing for any woman. But fortunately for me, the lump was very small. It was about the size of a pea. And just to kind of make this really short, they did a lumpectomy. The operation was successful. They removed the lump and the lymph nodes under my left arm. There was no cancer in any of them. The lump had cancer, but it hadn't opened up and spread, and they got what they call the margins were clean, which meant there was no cancer left in the breast. And then in the meantime, I ended up having to have another surgery, which also had potential for cancer and turned out to be benign, thank heaven. I had several eye surgeries, laser surgeries, and then I had my radiation treatments. The radiation treatments, at first of all, the people at the cancer center, Scotland Cancer Center, is that right? Yes, Scotland Cancer Center. Sorry, my brain is tired. The people at Scotland Cancer Center were very wonderful, very kind, and at first the treatments don't seem to be so bad, but over time the skin is burned, similar to a bad sunburn, and there's some pain and some itching, and but the big thing is that for me was the excessive, overwhelming tiredness, needing to sleep for long hours. I was sleeping 18 hours a day, and this went on for a few months after I was finished with my cancer treatments, which, by the way, I did graduate from that, and they gave me a balloon. See my balloon? Congratulations. How cool is that? And in addition to the balloon, I got a certificate, and I mean, they just helped me celebrate being done with it, but then it was being really tired and the whole recuperation process, which was harder than I expected it was going to be. I tend to be an optimist about these things and whatnot. At any rate, one thing and another, the other big thing that happened during all this time was I gained a whole bunch of weight. As a matter of fact, Of the 140 pounds that I had lost previously, from being over 320 pounds down to 180 pounds, and going from a size 26 in clothing down to a size 16, over this period of time of not being able to be on the bike, and a number of other things that were happening, and the amount of insulin I was having to use, which I'll go into at another time. Anyway, I gained half of that 140 pounds back. I gained 70 pounds, which means I gained it very rapidly, which means my body is totally not used to it. Unlike before, when I gained the 320 pounds, originally it was over a period of many years, and just kind of crept up on me as I yo-yo dieted back and forth, losing it all, gaining it back, gaining some extra, losing it all, gaining it back. It was this horrible cycle that I went through. But at any rate, the way I lost that weight was physical exercise, and drinking water, and just making better food choices. I walked an hour every day except for Sunday, and over the years the pounds came off very, very slowly. And I don't want to make this too long, but I just want you to understand that all of a sudden there was a real urgency for me to lose this weight. But I wasn't sure how to do it because I'm really not eating a lot. All of the surgeries and the radiation. I didn't have to have chemo, by the way, which is very good news. But the radiation treatments and everything left me in a fairly weakened state and not really all that interested in food. So it's not like I've been doing anything to pack on these pounds. I think the main thing is I have been in kind of an enforced sedentary state. And as a result of that, and the insulin and some other drugs that I'm taking that also have a side effect, or other drugs I should say, I was taking that also have a side effect of weight gain. I really felt like I was in a trap. My thoughts on this are this, before I get to part 3 of this video, and that is, if you have gone to your doctor and your doctor has said to you, or to someone you know and love, you are pre-diabetic, or you are borderline diabetic, don't wait until you get to where I am right now. Don't wait to find out by accident that you're a diabetic and you could have gone into a coma at any time and you've lost, part of your body. Don't wait until that happens to do something about it. There are a lot of good things that you can do. There are a lot of helps out there, both online, through your physician. There are diabetic support groups. There's all kinds of things that you can do. And we're going to talk about that in future episodes. I'm going to be putting a lot more stress on the getting healthy thing. But having said that, the next part of my challenge is to lose this weight, because I've gained so much weight that getting on the bike now is extremely painful. My stomach has gotten so large that each time I make a push with my legs, I have to lift my belly with one leg or the other. What that means is that my legs and my stomach and my back are in complete and utter pain the entire time I'm on the bike. And I've been in enough pain in the last little while. I'm not willing to put myself through that right now. That might make me a bit of a coward, and I apologize to all of those of you who are braver than I am. But first I have to lose some weight before I get back on the bike. I'm really concerned that the exertion at this weight might cause a strain on my heart and other things, and as I explained about the autonomic neuropathy, I kind of have to be careful about that sort of stuff. So, having said that, I found something recently that a lot of people I know are using to lose significant amounts of weight, and the nice side effect of this seems to be that as they lose that weight, the blood sugars go down into the normal ranges, and they start feeling better, having more energy, and this also helps you to put on muscle. One of the dangers of dieting is that a lot of times, instead of losing the fat you lose muscle, and this program is designed to prevent that. At any rate, I'm not going to talk about the specifics of that program right now, except to say that the new Web Woman journey is this. Over the next 90 days, I'm going to lose 50 pounds. I am declaring war on obesity. For myself, for my loved ones, for my friends, and for anyone else who wants to join me in this fight. 31% of Americans are considered obese, medically obese in this country. 31%. And 15% of our children, our babies, our kids, are considered medically obese. This is an epidemic. We have to fight it. Obesity causes so many bad, dangerous health problems, heart problems, lung problems, diabetes, and many, many more that we won't go into. The point is this. I'm committing for the next 90 days that every week I'm going to post a Web Woman video. We're going to have fun with it. I'm going to have some recipes for you. I'm going to have some facts. I'm going to tell you the stuff I did wrong, where I messed up. I'm going to tell you the things I did right and what's working for me. And I'm going to tell you more about the program that I'm on and what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. And I want you to be my cheerleaders. You have been so supportive in the past with the Web Woman journey. I want you to be my cheerleaders. I want you to come on this journey with me so that I can get back on the bike and finish the journey I started. Because I am going to finish it. I have not quit. I just had a bit of a large bump in the road that's kind of slowed me down a little bit. And so, with me, I want you to help me. You can follow me on Facebook. Oh, goodness. Maybe I should get onto my Facebook page so you can see it. Were you reading my email over my shoulder while I was talking? You can follow me on Facebook. This is my page. Up here in the banner, every week, I'm going to post my results. Completely transparent. What you should know is right now I'm starting at 150. Excuse me. That I wish. Right now I'm starting at 250 pounds. That's my starting weight. Okay? And you can see my measurements. Not great. Every week I'm going to measure myself. Every week I'm going to weigh myself. The weighing in, I'm going to start videotaping it every time I step on the scales so that you can see in real time what I weigh. And I'm going to be posting those results also up here on my Facebook page. Feel free to, friend me, Bonnie Dillabough, here on Facebook, and join me on the journey. I also have a Facebook group that I'm starting, and I'll tell you more about that in another one of our episodes. But we're going to lick this thing. I want I need some team members. I need some people on my team helping me win my challenge, and I am more than willing to be on your team to help you win your challenge. So next week I'll tell you more about the challenge and how it works, but for this week I just want you to remember to do something good for yourself today, do something good for someone else, and we'll see you next week, okay? See ya. Bye.